Hey, sports fans, welcome back to another episode of Bucky's Sports Show. Tonight, I am going to talk about NCAA football and NFL, and BA is still under the weather a little bit, so hopefully he is back with me next week and we will be better than ever. But this week, we are going to do a lot like I did last week, where I just kind of give you some picks and what I would do betting wise. In college football last week, I went 14-6. Wasn't an awful day. There was some teams like Georgia that I did not fare well with when I put some parlays together. Let's get started. 12 o'clock games here. First one is Texas Tech at Utah. Utah's a 3.5 point favorite. I will take Utah on a money line. I do not want to bet the spread on that game. This is a game to where I think because it's at Utah, Utah wins. If this game was at Texas Tech, I think that's reverse and Texas Tech wins. Games at Utah, give me the Utes in that one. UAB Tennessee. Tennessee's a 39.5 point favorite. Tennessee wins this game going away. You right now cannot bet the money line. I'm probably not going to put anything on this one because 39.5 is still a lot of points. But Tennessee wins that game huge. 3 o'clock game, we got Oregon State at Oregon. Oregon is a 35.5 point favorite. And I really think that's going to be a really tight spread right there. Again, you can't bet the money line on this one right now. I'm going to, again, avoid this game, but Oregon wins big. It's just a matter of how big, and 35 was kind of what I was leaning at. And when the line's at 35.5, a little too close for comfort for me. Tulane Ole Miss. Ole Miss is a 12.5 point favorite. I like Tulane in the spread, I like Ole Miss in the spread in this game. I think they just run over Tulane. Next up is number 22, Auburn, at number 11, Oklahoma. I like Oklahoma in the spread here. I think they win this game going away. This is another game. I think if this was at Auburn, it's a closer game. But with this being at Oklahoma, I do think they win by at least 10. So I will take the Oklahoma in the spread in that game. Next one, we got Purdue at number 24, Notre Dame. I'm still not sold on Notre Dame. Notre Dame has some great running backs, but my question mark for Notre Dame is their quarterback. They have got to let Carr start running wild. Now, Purdue, on the other hand, they were able to compete with USC. USC has one of the best offenses in the nation. So, with that being said, 25.5, I'm taking Purdue at plus 25.5. I think Notre Dame wins the game. I don't think they win by 25 or more. So, give me Purdue at plus 25.5 on that one. Next up is number 21, Michigan at Nebraska. Now, this game intrigues me. I like Nebraska to win in this game. I am going to moneyline Nebraska to win straight up. I think if this game was at Michigan, I think Michigan would probably win. But it's at Nebraska. I think Nebraska shows up. They compete. They're a good football team. They beat Michigan. Michigan will be without their head coach. He's suspended. That could play into it a little bit either way. Michigan could play poorly because of it. They could play really inspired because of it. But I like Nebraska in this game, money line. Kent State at number 7, Florida State. Florida State's a 45.5 point favorite. This game, you can't bet the money line, but Florida State's going to win huge. I don't know if they win by 45.5. I'm not betting it. Temple at Georgia Tech. Georgia Tech is a 22.5 point favorite. If I were to bet this game, I would put the money line on Georgia Tech. But I am going to adhere to rule number 2 in my betting rules, and that is never bet Georgia Tech. And here's why. Georgia Tech's mediocre enough to where if you bet against them, they're going to pull out a victory and break your heart. But they're also just mediocre enough to where if you bet on them, they're going to play so poorly and lose that they're going to break your heart. So instead of breaking your heart, just skip the game and move on to the next one, which is what I will do. These games are at 7 or 7:30 starts. South Carolina at Missouri. Missouri's number 23 in the nation. They're coming in 9.5 point favorite. I will take Missouri in the money line. I think it's a close game. It's in that 7 to 10 point range. I'll just do the money line. 7:30. Illinois, number 9 Illinois at number 19 Indiana. Indiana comes in at a 6.5 point favorite. I like Indiana to win this game. They're going to be without one of their running backs who had an ACL injury in the Indiana State game. A really unfortunate injury, but Indiana's deep at the running back position. So, I think Indiana doesn't miss a beat. They had all week to prepare. Coach Sig on the sidelines. Give me the Hoosiers. I'm just going to moneyline it. I'm not taking the spread. Now, I will say if this game was at Illinois, it might be a different pick, but it's in Bloomington. It's Saturday night in Bloomington. Give me the Hoosiers. I will roll with them this week. Florida at number 4, Miami. Florida has been disappointing this year. Miami comes in 8.5 point favorites. Florida really struggled in the 2 games that I've watched. I like Miami in this game. I like Miami to win by considerably more than 8.5. I will take the spread in Miami in that one. Next up, Georgia State at number 20, Vanderbilt. How about that? Vanderbilt has cracked the top 25. You gotta love it. They're a 27.5 point favorite. I'm just moneylining Vanderbilt. I don't know if they can win by 27.5. That would be tight. I think they will, but I'm not sure. So I would just moneyline that one. Next up, 8 o'clock game, Sam Houston State at number 8, Texas. Texas comes in a 39.5 point favorite. I will take the Longhorns. This game cannot be moneylined. I am not going to take 39.5. Arch Manning has been underwhelming so far this year. I think at some point he's going to break out and have a big season. I don't think it's yet. It could be. If he does, that'll be a big game for Texas. But right now, I don't think it is. So I will not probably be betting that unless a money line shows up between now and Saturday. Last game on the docket for the top 25 for Saturday It is an 11 o'clock start. It is Michigan State at number 25, USC. USC is an 18.5-point favorite. They struggled a little bit at Purdue last week. I think they have one of the best offenses in the country. I think they're going to score a lot of points, and I will take USC in the money line in that game. I just think they're going to win big. I don't think Michigan State will be able to run with them. Moving on to Sunday in the NFL. Now, last week in the NFL, I did not fare as well. I went 9-6 in these picks. So hopefully I do a little better this week. And we're going to start off with a game that starts here in about 3 hours. Miami Dolphins at Buffalo Bills. Buffalo is a 12.5-point favorite. I'm taking the Bills all day long. 12.5 is a lot of points. I'm not going to moneyline it. I will build a same game parlay here, and I like Josh Allen to be a anytime touchdown scorer. So for the Thursday night game, I am moneylining the Bills. I'm doing a Josh Allen anytime TD score. That is the Thursday night bet. Moving on to Sunday, the 1 o'clock games, we have got Green Bay Packers at Cleveland Browns. This is an 8.5-point spread. Green Bay's favored. It's on the road. I don't necessarily like the road team by minus 8.5, but the Packers will win, so I will moneyline that. New York Jets at Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tampa Bay is a 7-point favorite. I will take the Buccaneers in that one with the spread. They run all over the Jets. The LA Rams at Philadelphia Eagles. The Eagles are 3.5-point favorites. Give me the Eagles and the spread at 3.5. I just think they run all over the Rams. Atlanta Falcons at Carolina Panthers. The Falcons are a 5.5-point favorite. I'm just going to moneyline the Falcons. I do like the Falcons. I think will win. Indianapolis Colts at Tennessee Titans. Colts are coming in a 4.5-point favorite. Now, I will say, I have been impressed with the Colts so far this year. I think they will have a day where it is a heartbreak. Don't think it's Sunday against Tennessee. I think Indiana Jones keeps the train rolling. Give me the Colts with the spread at 4.5 to win on the road at Tennessee. Next up, the Las Vegas Raiders at the Washington Commanders. The Commanders are a 3.5-point favorite. I like the Commanders to win this game by a lot more than 3.5. Washington, they're just. I think they're just the better team by far in that game. So give me the Commanders minus 3.5. The next game, this one's going to be interesting. The Cincinnati Bengals at Minnesota Vikings. The Vikings come in a 3-point favorite. Bengals starting quarterback Joe Burrow, he's out for a couple of months. Minnesota Vikings quarterback J.J. McCarthy, I saw today where he has been ruled out. So both of these teams will be using their backup quarterbacks. With that being said, I like Minnesota's run game and defense a touch better than I do Cincinnati's, and it's at Minnesota. I am moneylining the Vikings in this game. I am not touching that spread. This, in all actuality, with two backup quarterbacks starting, it could go either way. But I do like the Vikings to win. Next, Pittsburgh Steelers at New England Patriots. Pittsburgh's only a 1.5 point favorite for some reason. Give me the Steelers in that one at -1.5. I think they win that game big. The last 1 o'clock game here, I think, is very interesting. The Houston Texans at Jacksonville Jaguars. Jacksonville comes in at a 1.5 point favorite. I think Houston probably ends up winning the AFC South. I think they've had a harder schedule to start the year. I'm taking the Texans money line to win this game straight up. If the Texans have any chance to win the division, they have to win this game. They cannot fall 0-3 to start the year and have a division rival get off to a 3-0 start. So they have to win this game, in my opinion. The 4 o'clock games. The New Orleans Saints at the Seattle Seahawks. Seattle Seahawks are 7.5 point favorites. They won big last week, which really surprised me. I don't know a whole lot about them. I haven't been able to watch. I haven't watched a single play of them yet this year. So I'm just going to moneyline the Seahawks based on that score. The Denver Broncos at the Los Angeles Chargers. Give me the Chargers at -2.5. I did not like how the Broncos played against the Colts last week. What a dumb penalty for them to end the game last week. And the Chargers are a better team than the Colts, so give me the Chargers. The Dallas Cowboys at Chicago Bears. The Cowboys actually come in a 1.5 point favorite. This game is a game time decision. If I had to bet this game right now, I would go the Bears. Just because it's in Chicago. But the Bears have 5 defenders listed as questionable for Sunday's game. If those defenders are out for the game, that flips to it being a Cowboys money line. No spread on this game. It's money line. If those defenders stay in the game and they play, I'm betting the Bears. But it's all about how many of those defenders are out for me. Right now, it's the Bears, but that could turn to the Cowboys if those Bears players are out. So keep an eye on that if you're going to be betting that game, because I think that will play a huge part in this game. Next up, Arizona Cardinals at the San Francisco 49ers. The 49ers are -3 point favorite. I think this is a game where the home team wins, probably in a really close game, so I'm just going to moneyline the 49ers. Wouldn't surprise me if the Cardinals won. If this game was at Arizona, I would take Arizona, but it's at San Francisco, so I will take Arizona. Sunday Night Football. The Kansas City Chiefs at the New York Football Giants. The Chiefs come in 6 point favorites. I have not liked how they've played this year, but I just think they roll on the Giants. Give me the money line on the Chiefs. The Giants they just don't have any luck whatsoever. Feel sorry for all the Giants fans out there. Monday Night Football. We got the Detroit Lions at the Baltimore Ravens. Ravens are a 4.5 point favorite. I'm money lining the Ravens. I think if this game was at Detroit, Detroit wins, but it's at Baltimore, so I think Baltimore wins this game. With that, we'll wrap up this episode. Be back next week. Hopefully, BA will be joining us again next week. If you have anything you want us to discuss, email us at buckysportshow@gmail.com. Make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and I will see you next time. As always, enjoy the games.